Friends, today I will take you to a journey of life, a journey of wishes coming true. Let me first introduce you to this character which we all know. You recognize this character? Yeah, this is Genie. As a child, I always wished to have a genie in my life. Someone who would say, "What is your wish, Niharika I?" And I would tell him my wish, my dream, and he will bring it to me in a jiffy. Everyone wants a genie in his life, don't you? I have some good news for you. Every one of you who is listening to me and everyone who's not listening to me has a genie in his life. But I'm afraid I've got some bad news. The bad news is we are not using it the right way. We are not giving our genie the right commands. Let us first see who this genie is in our life. This is who this genie is in our life. Let me give you a clue. Now can you see the genie? No, it's not your brain, it's not your mind. Our brain and mind is the lamp which we rub. The genie is the universe, your universal cosmos. Amused? Surprised? Okay, let me take you to a journey of school, back to school. What's the first law? Newton's first law. Newton's first law is object at rest will remain at rest until and unless a force is applied onto it. Let me give you an analogy. The husband lazing around and the wife trying to give some push. Back to school part 2. Every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Newton's law. Which means if I slap somebody, he slaps me back, and many a times maybe harder. School part 3, escape velocity. What's escape velocity? We studied this. Basically, we are all bound by law of gravity. If I throw a ball up, it has to come down because of gravity. Researchers found that if you throw any object at a particular speed, it breaks the gravitational barrier and goes into the space, never to come back again. This is what is escape velocity, and this is how rockets are launched and satellites are stationed. Satellites don't come back to our gravitational pull. Back to school part 4, let's have some biology also. What's our body made up of? What is our body made up of? Organs, yeah. Organs are made up of cells. Cells are made up of molecules. Molecules are made up of electrons, protons, neutrons. What is electron, proton, neutron made up of? What is the smallest particle on this universe? Smallest particle on this universe is quark. Scientists found out that quark is the smallest particle in this universe. It looks like this. And what is the definition of quark? I'll surprise you here. Energy vibrating in space. Quark is nothing but energy vibrating in space. So what is the conclusion? The conclusion is everything in this universe is energy vibrating in space. We all are energy bodies. We look like bodies. living beings are energy bodies who can think. That's the only difference between a living being and a non-living being. This computer is a energy vibrating body. I am also an energy vibrating body, and everyone who's listening to me is also an energy vibrating body. The only difference between this computer and this table, me and you, is we all are energy bodies who can think, and the table cannot think. The computer cannot think. Human beings have the highest level of thinking. They have evolved to the highest level where we can think. And what are thoughts? Thoughts are nothing but energy waves we send to the universe. And how do we send this to the universe? Now, what happens when we send a thought wave? The moment we send a thought wave, Newton's third law comes into motion. For every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction, wherein if I say I want this, the thought comes back, you cannot have this. Balance, period. Something like this. When we send strong, persistent thought waves, keep on sending thought waves, keep on sending thought waves, Newton's first law comes into motion. Our thoughts start traveling, get into motion. What happens when we keep on sending strong, persistent thought waves? Our persistence, we are persisting. Our thought waves gain escape velocity and it breaks the gravitational pull. It goes into the outer space, the outer realm, and our thoughts become reality. Is it that simple? Yes, it is that simple. But we make it complex. Let's study something about our brain. How powerful is our brain? Do you know? Can anyone guess how powerful is our brain? Scientists did some research and they challenged the brain with supercomputers. This is the result. More than 82,000 processors running on one of the world's fastest supercomputers to mimic just 1 second of a normal human brain's activity. Can you guess that? Can you imagine that? Can you imagine the power our brain has? How powerful our brain is? Focus. This is a water droplet. It has no power by itself. This is granite, one of the hardest substances on earth. What is this? This is called water jet cutting technology, wherein a stream of focused water stream cuts granite like butter. Can you imagine the power of focus? Now can you imagine the power of focused thoughts? Can you imagine the power of 82,000 plus microprocessors focused on one intention, one thought? How strong, how powerful it can be? How powerful our intentions are? How powerful we are? Everyone wants a good house, everyone wants a good relationships, everyone wants good health, everyone wants wealth and abundance, and everyone wants a better lifestyle, a great lifestyle. Now when everyone wants a great lifestyle and we are so powerful, where is the catch? Let's see, we send 60,000 thoughts per day, which means almost 1 thought per second of waking hours. 95% of the thoughts are repetition. Unfortunately, we think the same thing over and over again. And there's a sad news also, a sad part of it. 80% of these thoughts are negative. 80%, rather I'll say more than 80% of these thoughts are negative. We think 95% of the time. What do we think 95% of the time? It can't be done, it cannot happen, no one did it, I am not worth it, I can't afford it, it's too risky. We have all these negative thoughts coming into our mind. 80% of the time, that's what we are in reality. So what do? Change our self-talk to change our future. We need to work upon our self-talk. We need to work upon those powerful intentions which we are sending to the universe. Add a why to it. Add a question to it. Why it can't be done? Why it cannot happen? Great, no one did it, so we are the pioneers. How can I make myself worth it? How can I afford it? Not taking risk is the biggest risk. It is said, in a running traffic, if we do not move, we are sure to get hit. Those are the positive thoughts which we need to inculcate in our library of thoughts. This, my friends, is law of attraction to you simplified in a very simple way. Law of attraction is very simple. We make it very complex. Everything that has happened to us was destined. By whom? By us. Everything that will happen to us is created by us. We do not get what we want. We get what we are. And what we are the thoughts which we think 95% of the time. Everyone has read this famous quote from Paulo Coelho. And when you want something, all the universe conspires in helping you to achieve it. It's the truth. Create our own world by our thoughts and make a wonderful life for us. Thank you so much. You are a good audience.